What is going on? It's your boy Sailor Turn Gamer, and we are back in the building, coming at you with another Anthem video. I was thinking about the state of the game, and Shaping Anthem was something that was on my mind. Today, I wanted to talk more about my views on Fort Tarsis. It should be the one true social hub. Also, if that's the case, what should happen to the launch bay? Stay here and you'll be officially up to date on the latest in Anthem, ranging from patch notes, news and updates, community Q&A roundups, educational videos, and much more. If you enjoy the video, please be sure to give it a like and a share, and join the fleet by hitting that sub button. Now let's get into the talk. We rarely get to see our characters without their suits in third person. The concept of being a freelancer is something that is so amazing, because players all over the world want to be one. I think this was a missed opportunity, not because of the players that want to see themselves within the character, but the emotion on our faces that could be shown in cutscenes, the third-person point of view in a third-person game, and the customization opportunities that could open up by giving you access to your actual pilot. I want to do more than just save Bastion. I want to live in it. I made a video about this in depth, but today I'm going to give my thoughts even more on the state of Fort Tarsis. You can be sure to tune into that previous video where I talk about some more ideas on reworking the fort possibly, and as well as doing some changes to free play. So check that out if you're curious on more information on this tower-like experience that is very similar to Destiny 2 that I envision when it comes to the future of Anthem. Basically, I talk about a possibility of there being a maximum of 8 players, assuming once we get a raid that would allow that entire team to possibly enter Fort Tarsis. At a minimum, I would like to see a possibility of 4 players being able to enter Fort Tarsis in a third-person point of view, due to there being a team requirement of 4 players at a maximum right now. I think that would add a lot to the game. When discussing the topic of customization, our freelancers could be in third person while allowing us to do missions and events to get freelancer clothes, and they could also drop from various Elysian caches, and even have others to be purchasable in the store if that's something that BioWare wants to continue to do to create even more crazy or really cool customization type clothing that people could just buy, to do special other clothing items or something. That could be really, really cool. The launch bay seems like an unnecessary tack on, in my opinion, and it seems like something that was only set up to allow a multiplayer-like location to say that we have one. The only problem with that is that when it comes to the launch bay, it's incredibly boring, in my opinion. It's quiet and dead. There's really no one there, and there's really no reason to be there besides the contract board that allows you to pick up all your contracts at once. There's no personality, there's no life. Really, the launch bay is lonely, and it's just a shame because there's so much more that they could do with the launch bay. Or what I'm suggesting is just to revamp Fort Tarsis all on its own. Now, I know that there are tons of players out there that really love the RPG single player aspects of this game, but what I implore everyone to think about is the future of the game, and the game that BioWare is claiming for it to be. The slogan in itself is stronger together, and yet we feel so isolated being in our own personal bubbles when entering Fort Tarsis. It's really quite interesting, and it really questions what type of game this is supposed to be. I mean, on one hand, you have this vast multiplayer experience where you're riding around with your best of buds, performing combos on a variety of enemies, flying through this amazing landscape. And yet you have, on another hand, this lonely, solo, single-player experience. I mean, it's very difficult to meld both of those types of experiences together, and I believe they should pick a side. And I feel like if there was a poll, then a lot of members in the community would be on the side of multiplayer. And thus, I say add to Fort Tarsis by bringing its players together, not taking away. Of course, we have the launch bay, but I have suggestions on things that could happen to the launch bay, as we're going to talk about later on in the video. My views on the world of Bastion is that it should be similar to games like Destiny. The tower experience works. Having a unified location instead of individual fort experience that we have now would be much better than what it is. It would allow BioWare to make changes across the board to the multiplayer spot, like adding snow during Christmas, falling leaves during fall, and fireworks during the 4th of July. I mean, I could really go on. There's so many holidays and so many events and so many possibilities for other exclusive in-game events that they could come up with based off of lore already in the game. But hopefully, with those few examples, you guys get the idea. Being able to do an across the board multiplayer true social hub could really change a lot. Not only aesthetically, but it could add to the lore and add to the fun factor of the game in such a varied and new way. But there needs to be more. We need the possibility to communicate and send requests and be able to post LFG messages so other people know when you're searching for your group or other people that you want to hang out with. Communication on the consoles could be done with a dialogue ring like in the Division. That could be a generic way to communicate, which should be enough options for socializing, hopefully. Anthem is even less social than basically any other looter shooter on the market, in my opinion. Having the possibility to build a squad should not only be mere randomness, but it should be set up in a way where you could actually meet players that you could end up hanging out with around Fort Tarsis in the variety of landscapes in Bastion forever. I mean, Anthem needs to be more social. So what's my idea for the future of the launch bay? 2 words: clan location. The launch bay is already set up to accommodate numerous players. I talked about how the launch bay is quiet and boring, but think about this. Transitioning it into a clan area would be awesome, and it would only make sense. The basic needs for a clan location is already something that is going to be in the game at some particular point. Now, knowing what we know about that, knowing that that's going to be something that's going to be in the game, the only additions that they would have to make in addition to the transfer over to making that a clan location is to be able to add things like leaderboards and clan message boards and bounty boards and things like that, because there's already every single thing else that we need. Aesthetically, it already looks like a great place to have your entire clan hang out at. You have your multiple forge visual cues, you have your boards, you have your different sections where you can go stand in the quote unquote line and be able to talk to various vendors for your vault and your marketplace, and then you have your expedition slots. I mean, it aesthetically looks like the place to be if you are hanging out with your clan. Think about that. Again, having that third person view, which already exists, will be awesome, because you could even have clan related clothing or other things like that that you can unlock into your progression system. So imagine walking around Fort Tarsis and you have like this really dope like clan thing that shows on your freelancer's armor, and other people that are in the fort are like, man, where'd that guy get that at? And you're like, hey, that's a clan upgrade that I got from reaching so and so tier in my clan. I think that would be something that would be really, really awesome. In summary, I understand that BioWare really wants Fort Tarsis to be a solo experience. But in my opinion, there's not a lot of players in the community that wants that. The fort is a place that feels empty and detached from the game, and it really makes me question the identity of what the game wants to be. In the beginning of the game, we all chose character models, and transforming Tarsis into a Destiny Tower-like location will not only bring life to the fort, but socialism as well. I mean, it will really open us up to bringing more life to the game. I can't say that enough. Throughout my experience in the campaign, every single cutscene I got to see was either ruined by being in those javelins and not being able to see facial emotions, that they've put so much work into other characters in the game, but we weren't really allowed facial emotions in our own character. I mean, that alone was a missed opportunity. Now, I say we need to get rid of the unnecessary and tacked on launch bay, get rid of the first person, show us our lancers, and then add a player limit to the fort. Again, maybe adding another limit of 4 to keep with the team aspect going on that's currently in the game, Or if they want to get a little crazy, I say maybe something like a maximum of 8 players. Not only would that show a little bit more liveliness within the fort, but it would also be something that could possibly be very similar to a raid party that we could have somewhere down the line. I mean, imagine having a raid party. You guys are ready to get into this raid, and everybody's in the fort just fixing their javelins, getting at the marketplace, saying, I'm going to get this, I'm going to get that, going to the vault. I mean, it could be an awesome experience. Now, I know a lot of the things that we're talking about in this video is something that could definitely take months, but I believe in the end it would be worth it. I know some people are probably thinking, hey man, if you just want Destiny, then go play Destiny. And all I have to say to that is no. I just want a better experience. I want BioWare to focus on the end game and bring the Word of Bastion together. I want my choices when I log in to be, boom, the fort, and then at that point, boom, I want to hit up the open world, and I want to stay in the open world and do a variety of things and be able to access a variety of events from the open world map. Or I want to be able to go to the clan area, the launch bay, and get involved with my clan while still having access to the necessary things that I need from Tarsis. So if I wanted to leave the free play area, which gives me access to basically everything in the game, if I didn't want to go to the fort, I could go to my clan area and I can access everything that I could in the fort. The marketplace, the contract boards, the forge stations, the vaults, possibly bounty boards, leaderboards for my clan. I mean, this vision is something that I know will definitely take time. But again, guys, I think it would definitely be worth it all in the end. If you guys enjoyed the video, again, be sure to give us a like and a share and join the fleet by hitting that sub button. It's the best way to get us to grow, and it's the best way to get more people to get an opportunity to be engaged in the conversations we are trying to hold here at Sailor Turn Gamer. We're all about pushing this positivity. Anthem may not be in the best state, but there are so many things that the community can offer to BioWare to make changes. If you guys agree with any of the things that I had to say in the video, please be sure to comment below. And if you don't, comment below again. Let me know what you guys don't agree in and what you guys would rather have in the game. I want to continue to build that dialogue and build these bridges and creating conversations that could possibly make change. Again, guys, if you guys love what we do here, be sure to hit us with a sub. And until then, this sailor be out in the open ocean. Peace.